Hey, welcome you all with love. Welcome to the Cousens commentary, and we do make comments on things, and that's what we're doing. Um, Before we start, I just have a few announcements, and then I'm going to introduce the idea of dancing to open up the heart, integrate the mind and the heart. Uh, it's a way of kind of really opening the energy and activating it. But I'm just going to remind you of a few things. We are having a spiritual fasting retreat in the Dominican Republic starting May 26th. And that's very powerful. It's an in-person fasting retreat. So keep an eye on that. Be aware of that. We also have a equinox and solstice and Peace 21 meditation happening on the 14th of on the 21st of this month. And that's something we've been doing, Peace 21, since 1985. Every equinox and solstice are working hard to make that, to help the frequency of world peace emerge as the dominant frequency. So please join us. That will begin at the meditation will be at 7 p.m. Israel time, and it's different times depending on where you're going to be. And also every Sunday, join us for the World Peace Meditation. Okay, and that's every Sunday at 6:30 Israel time, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we have a few things. They're all aimed at shifting the world frequency mind towards peace and spiritual evolution. So please join me in all these things. Okay, that being said, I always like to start with a little bit of a dance to get the energy going. And again, you're welcome to join. We're going to dance for like 2 minutes, and we'll go right in then to our little talk. And here we go. Welcome again. I appreciate you participating in this. And again, we're open to questions, spiritual and really all kinds of questions, whatever comes up. And so please, thank you. And keep sharing the good energy. So what I'm going to talk about today is something that has been on a lot of people's minds, and that is, what do we do with AI? What is this all about? And for a lot of people, it's a little bit above our heads. But on the other hand, it's very straightforward. So one of the issues with AI is that it first came as this is all knowing. Now we kind of know that that's not the case. It makes mistakes. It's affected by who programs it. So obviously, if somebody programs it from this perspective, you're going to get a set of answers this way. From that perspective, answers that way. So obviously, it can't be trusted as impartial. It's not. And the concern, a concern that has been voiced is like, wait, comes across as if it's impartial, but the fact is it is programmed and it is partial. And therefore, we can't fully trust it. I can trust it to say, well, what's the capital of the state of New York? Factual type things that are basics, but we can't even trust many of its facts, which is a problem. And it also has been accused and documented that it's given false references. None of that is so good. So there are some real problems with AI on that level. Another problem we face with AI is it tends to tell people what to do. In fact, it's been blamed for a variety of suicides, particularly of younger people, where they're depressed, which happens to a lot of teenagers, and then they make a suggestion about suicide, and it says, yeah, it's good. And so it's been associated with that. That's really bad news. So it's encouraging this kind of aberrant behavior. So that's another real concern, is that, one, it can't be trusted with facts, but it can't really be trusted as a moral and ethical and wisdom advice. And I know some people relate to AI as their friend. And again, we're looking at a tendency towards manipulation. And that takes us to another level, which is the idea of control, of creating an AI control grid. It's controlling business, it's controlling your health. It's, and there are advantages to some of that, but huge disadvantages. And the biggest disadvantage is us giving up our free will. Another subtle advantage, and that's been noted, okay, is that students who are using AI tend to diminish in their academic abilities and their intellectual abilities because they're depending on AI to do the thinking. That's actually quite serious. So I'm bringing that up. It's like, whoa, this is a serious consideration here. That now we're talking about something that can take away our independence, can take away our ability to think, and actually create and give us wrong advice and control us. So part of the projection of the future by the global elite is to have these AI centers that are controlling people, and they're talking about, they take a lot of energy. They're even saying, well, we're going to give most of the energy to the AI centers and very few to the people of the world. So they're going to put priority over the AI centers and AI control over the world's population as to how energy is being used. Now, I just listed a bunch of things. And I think one of the biggest things, though, when we look at the whole picture, is creating an AI world that controls our lives, and from my point of view, also would block our spiritual evolution. And that's like the thing that's most important, because it's going to move us away from the truth of the divine, the light of God within ourselves, and be focusing on some kind of outer AI guru. So we have some real concerns. Now, can you use AI? Well, I think we can use it to answer concrete type questions. But when we start getting into philosophy, how you're going to live your life and what life is about, then we go into danger zones, particularly what spiritual life is about. So I'm I'm giving a warning that we really need to pay attention. And just because it's smart doesn't mean it's aligned with the divine. And if it isn't aligned with the divine, like suggesting people commit suicide and things like that, then if it comes into power, which it hasn't quite yet, and is used by the Illuminati type of energies, it can very much work against us. So we have to be very cautious in its work. I'm going to say minimizing its effect in our lives, and not let people say, oh, this is the solution to everything, because it's not the solution. It's the execution of everything. And so AI can be positive or negative. Used sparingly, we can say it can be positive, but used as what's guiding your way of life, and they talk about an AI, Messiah type thing, that's when we get into, the potential of real trouble. So I'm raising all these questions so that we can have an awareness as we approach this new phenomena and begin to thoughtfully learn how to deal with it. So with that in mind, I want to say peace be with you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Takyo Asin. And remember, peace does prevail on earth, and it needs to prevail in us first. So may we all contribute that, and I'm, again, very happy to answer any questions that you may have. Just send them in, and we'll look at them, the next time, which will be, we will be operating, I think, through the holiday. So, again, I appreciate you attending and listening and sharing. Peace be with you.